Welcome back to the channel. Take two. I talked for 15 minutes and didn't have the mic on. Uh, it happens. My I'm down here at the beach already. Had a pretty decent night. $54 in orders. 2 orders. Yeah, 2 orders. Well, listing every hour. I got to get in the queue and add more. I was supposed to have like 500 and something. I wanted to get 3 weeks in advance, and I'm just not there yet. Haven't been motivated enough to get there. It's my fault. I had noticed the last 30 days I'm 12% up. I'm in the green. Normally April's aren't that good. I can see it could be the secondhand goods, secondhand items. Even eBay's talking about refocusing on used items in their conference call or their earnings call, and even in one of the news briefings they talked about clothing. So I definitely gonna relive my clothing when I get done with all the smalls. I got to get rid of that stuff I have. I got like 2,000 nice stuff, and you know, if tariffs and everybody's racing to the bottom with those, I'm gonna price them correctly and turn off the offers on those. There's no reason for me to give this stuff away if new is gonna cost a lot more. Because let's be real, it's gonna take a year or two to have clothing companies making their clothes here. And so that's something I've been thinking about. I had I've been getting a lot of cool messages. I send out my emails to customers when the items are out for delivery, and I've been getting really cool messages, like make me feel good, makes me kind of reminds me why I do it. Like not only will they feel like customer service, gives them an out where if they don't like the item they can return it, but it one of the guys like, I've been buying from eBay for 10 years and no one's done that to me. I'm like, cool, that's what I want to hear. That made me feel good. So I have an insight. Let's sneeze. That was loud. I have an insight. It's called Bad News Insights. I'm triggered from my pain body, my past experiences, uh, how I treat people. Sometimes I'll do things just to kind of see where they're at, and sometimes it's not good. And like I call it hooker on the corner. One of my last situations that happened was I thought the bike battery guy was ripping me off, even though he wasn't communicating with me, and there was a lot of communications that dropped through his messenger. I I had this story in my head that I'm being ripped off, that I was gonna not let this guy do this, and all these bad vibes, and it held. I mean, I had 2 weeks of bad energy, and that energy, the bad energy, is the bad news insights. I need to reduce that noise inside, internally, as well as you know catch it before it builds, before it inflates in me, like eBay. When you hear me go rant on eBay, well, it's my inner tube's being filled up with this anger. So I I call it now bad news insights. It's when something triggers you, something causes you to react or judge, not be, like you judge somebody and you don't even, and you don't even know the person, you know. And I've been saying, be curious, not judgmental. Try to be, you know, not always be. My thoughts are real until they're verified. So you don't build a bubble. In this case, the guy with the electric bike battery replacement or repairs. You know, I didn't see the shop. I dropped off the battery to his girlfriend. I didn't see the shop. I didn't get a receipt. I did a lot of things I did wrong. And if I had saw the shop and I did see, I get a receipt, I wouldn't have had these issues. And then his communication skills and not responding to any messages and ghosting me, and well, that's eBay triggering all those feelings because of all my bad experiences. You know, I've had sellers ghost me on as a buyer, and they sent me something that was not what they described, and you get mad, you get so I call it bad news in insights, dissolving it and making it become jello or soft, and until it becomes fact. And I don't know why I'm talking about it, but I learned it, and it just kind of, I'm trying to become more level in my emotions. And what happens is you're able to stay focused longer. You're able to focus on what matters to you. You're not having these radical highs and lows, and you're mad one minute and then you're happy the next, and it's life is going to happen, and you just have to deal with it when it comes. You have to process it, you know. And even like, I'll learn something to make this even better in a couple months, but I have to remember it. I have to make it a routine. And I was like, when I was a golfer, anytime my thoughts would go off the course, I would turn a scorecard around and put a check. Or if you thought, oh, I'm going to 3-putt, well, that's not a good thought. You know, I turn around, you know, check. And at the end of the day, I would look at the check marks and, well, maybe tomorrow it'll be less. And so the theory is, I was checking my thought process on the course. And I got down to the point where I would barely ever check anything on the back of the check mark. But I checked, you know, there would be something there, like, and it's the same thing. You know, it's monitoring your thinking, because you're your own enemy. If you're allowing you to get hot and upset about eBay and their technical issues, and you're able to project depression through the TV or videos, or you're able to project something that you don't see yourself doing that affects your audience, and you don't even know you're doing it. So just imagine that, me doing that. I would be upset about that. So by me monitoring how I'm thinking and coming up with a golf strategy, you know, like how I do my routines, you know, 20 minutes just to stay positive. I was always trying to stay level-headed and positive towards my goal, or what my aspirations are. Not so much a goal. Goals are, you know, you don't. Anyway, this is just me venting. I really like the way I use the bad news insights. It's monitoring how you're doing inside. And if you can control the highs and lows of eBay, or your personal life, or your family or kids, well, you know, I have none of those. but if you're able to keep it level-headed, you're quiet, you're calm, you're a ship, and you're just going through the water. The water's not even affecting you. The waves aren't even, because you're solid. You know what I mean? So you look at it that way, it really pays off. And I think I need to look at myself as a big ship in the ocean, and the only time I'm gonna move is if there's a tidal wave. You know, and it's like, oh, you know, like, these small waves shouldn't be bothering me anymore. I should just be able to, it just run this. And eBay is just a small wave of life. So my goal here from me talking about this is, when I do talk about eBay, I need to look at it as it's my income, it's my life. I love it. I love the treasure hunt. I love the research. I love learning about what I sell. I don't like the workbook part. I don't like where they made it. They changed it. They've made it, you know, the item specifics affected me with the way I see things, and it affected my income. And so I have to work through that stuff, and I do. I spend extra time at night going through them. I've been working on them. My numbers are up, but I've been listing every hour. Now, did I list 700 or 800 the month before? Yeah, I did. And my numbers were way down. So it's really hard to pick what I did to have 2 months of positive numbers. Is it the item specifics, or is it the consistent engine, the big boat in the water just going? No wave's gonna interrupt it. It's just gonna cruise right through everything. So I look at it that way. It's a combination of a lot of things happening in my life, and the smoother and the more focused I can become, the more profit, the more satisfying it's gonna be. And soon I'll be in this RV, and I'll be going to the back room and listing, and then jumping on my bike and go fishing. Oh, let's go to Lake Arrowhead. Okay, we're there for a week. And I'll have to stay in California for a while until I figure out how to do this. There's a lot of learning. I've been diving into cities regulations and staying, on the streets and illegal, and it's like, oh man, it's like Costa Mesa and Newport are horrible. They're ticketing people $100 tickets for staying overnight in their RVs, and it's that I'm not planning on doing that. But if I'm traveling, and I don't want to go to an RV park for a night for $40. I'm gonna stay I guess I could stay at the Walmart parking lot, and I learned that, and there's a couple restaurants that allow you to park overnight as long as you eat there, and so there's a lot of things I'm learning, watching nomad living, and that's the direction I want to go. I mean, I'm gonna have my place here. I'm gonna keep it as long as I can until the rent gets to $3,000 or whatever they want a month. It's crazy. And I started here at $420 a month. I started here, and then yeah, they got greedy. Oh, the manager got greedy and convinced the owner that he can make money. But we're not gonna let that bother me today. We're just gonna be a big ship. We're gonna go home and list. But try to list 100 today. I have the product. I just need to get up there and do it. Now listing is not listing on eBay. It's scheduling them for listing. So I need to start saying that correctly, because I am not listing 100 at one time anymore. It doesn't reward me. I don't wake up to orders. It thinks I'm ending and sell similar, so it just gives you a little bit. I want the old sales. I want the old stuff. I waking up and, like I said the other day, I had 8 or 9 orders at night, and I was like, what? So anyway, it's 14 minutes me chatting, and that's 30 minutes. I only have 30 more minutes until I got to get back to work. So this one's going to be, I might start working on different formatting for the vlogs. Now my traveling videos are going to be really cool. I'm working on a Newport Beach one, and basically finding all the artists and celebrities and historical information, and finding the worth point sold comps, and interweaving that into the story as you're searching for these types of items from these individuals or these artists. We're going to go through some museums, and it's going to be different than the last one. I really like the formatting. I did it prompt, but it still could be better. When I find the formatting, you guys will let me know. eBay will let me know, or YouTube will let me know, because like my thrift store treasure hunting at flea market. You know, I get 60,000 views on that. I don't have 60,000 subscribers. They let me know that this is what they liked, and I had 3 or 4 of them that did really, really good. So when I find the recipe, I'll rework it, and that's the beginning. That's how you build a channel, is to work on the formatting. And you know, I want it to be about my daily vlog, because I want to be able to get in my RV and show you guys what I'm listing, and you know, just be me and have someone to talk to. And I'm waiting for you guys to start chatting with me again. It's been a few days, but it's kind of weird. It's like comments come in and then they stop. And they come in, and it's I think it's a learn. It's like YouTube has that throttle. You know what I mean? It's like they know who's commenting on videos and who's not, and I respond to every comment. I encourage people to comment. So thank you. Hit that like button, and until next time, this is